All right, y'all. We are live. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, our Messiah. I pray that all of you are blessed on this beautiful, beautiful Friday. It is a wonderful day outside. I was out there this morning taking care of the animals, and it's just beautiful weather. It's warm, it's wet like the spring. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, y'all, we have some really interesting things to talk about today. I want to go over the current Bitcoin technical analysis, the current range that we're in, the daily support and resistance levels, my targets, both bearish and bullish targets, the overall market perspective. I want to talk about long-term, what we should be expecting, what I am expecting for the Bitcoin price. I want to talk about how we can trade this short term, okay? There's a lot of opportunity here. It is another day in this wild world of crypto. Another day, another opportunity to make a trade. So, let me just go into the chat and make sure that y'all can hear. Can y'all hear? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Andrew Sykes? What's going on, J-Boy Bullish? What's going on, Flathead? Garfield? Brett 1234? What's going on, brother? A fellow neighbor of mine. Cool. Awesome. Everything is great. Happy Friday to all of you guys. Sweet. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. May God bless all of you. And as usual, got to tell you guys to FOMO into the like button. As you can see, the chart is looking super bullish right now. All right, so let's take a look at this Bitcoin price, guys. Let's take a look. I have the daily chart pulled up right here. And right now, price is currently trading in between the 55 EMA and the 21 EMA. So, you know, that's honestly is really good. If we get below that 55 EMA, then perhaps I would be concerned. But overall, I am definitely not concerned. I'm not concerned. I think that overall, Bitcoin looks pretty healthy to me, like in general. If we just zoom out, obviously, if we zoom in, things look kind of depressing. But if we zoom out, I mean, it looks just like we're in an uptrend having a retracement. That's just the way price moves. And, you know, we've been expecting retracements on this channel for quite some time. All right, so what is going on? Well, last night we started printing a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, and we were discussing this in the Discord a little bit last night. And you can see that if we just take from right here and draw a trend line down here, price was coming down. And then if we went on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour and draw a trend line from here to here, price was going up. And whenever momentum is moving upwards and price is moving downwards, what this means is that money is coming into the asset, and yet the price is trading at a lower and lower value. It means Bitcoin is becoming undervalued, and that usually means we are going to have some kind of pump, and that's exactly what did happen. Now, pretty much all day yesterday, we were trading in this little range here, and we were unable to determine whether or not we were going to hold this support or break below this support. Now, this support right here is a very key daily level, okay? And what I mean by a daily level is if we go to a blank chart and we go to the daily time frame and we zoom out, okay, and we look at the price historically and we find areas where price has found a sticking point. Like, for example, I can see right around here, price found a sticking point right around the $40,000 level. So I could put a line right there. Well, if we look at right around the 51,500 level, or 51,600 level, right around here, we can see that historically price has found a sticking point there. This is the daily time frame. It was resistance, and then it got flipped into support, and then support again, then became resistance for 2 days, and then it was resistance for another 2 days. Then we broke the resistance, it became support. And so now you can see price has come back down to this level. When we're in an uptrend or a downtrend, when we establish a level like this, where there's a lot of buying and selling on this one level, a lot of liquidity, a lot of exchanging of the asset going on, price inevitably will want to retrace to that level. And so it's no surprise that we came back down and tested this level. And, myself personally on this channel, I have been expecting us to come to this exact level for 2 weeks now. And that's because I saw that we started on this level and we formed some kind of cup and handle, which kind of, I guess you could say, didn't play out, right? But when we were here on March 11th, I was expecting us to come down to this exact level before breaking out and hitting new all-time highs. Of course, it didn't quite work out that way, but perhaps we will still see. I know, I'm confident. Okay, guys, I'm confident that we will see new all-time highs with Bitcoin. Will we come lower before that happens? It's very possible. It is very possible. In fact, we need to be very careful when we are entering swing positions right now to make sure that we are establishing the fact that we are either in an uptrend or a downtrend. What would really be bullish for me is on the daily time frame. Okay, on the daily time frame, if we can print a low momentum wave right here and confirm that with one of these green dots, that would confirm to me a very bullish move is about to happen. A very bullish move is about to happen. So what I would really want to see, if we just go back historically here, actually let's go on the 4-hour time frame for this. The 4-hour time frame. This is long-term stuff, guys. If we print, some kind of bottom on the 4-hour time frame, and then we see that we are crossing over these exponential moving averages. These are two Fibonacci exponential moving averages. I have the 21 and the 55. When these two moving averages cross over each other, and we're also printing some nice momentum on Market Cipher B, that's when I would want to get into a long-term swing, right? Look at this. Just look at what happens in the past, right? We print these momentum waves are clearly coming up on Market Cipher B. We get the exponential moving average cross, we get these moves up, right? It happens many times. In fact, we can just go back in time in general, and whenever we get something like this, where we have that low momentum on Market Cipher B and we're crossing over on the 4-hour, these two exponential moving averages, we get these huge moves up. And guys, these patterns on the 4-hour on Market Cipher B, they almost always correspond to a daily green dot. See, look, when we got that pattern on the 4-hour chart, we also had a daily trigger wave on Market Cipher B. Again, right here was right after we hit a daily trigger wave on Market Cipher B. Again, right here was literally while we were printing a daily green dot on Market Cipher B. So what am I looking for now? To confirm an upward trend, to enter a swing position, I am waiting for a green trigger wave to print on the daily, okay? And at the same time, I want to see us come above these exponential moving averages on the 4-hour. And that would, for me, would make me want to enter into a long-term swing position where I'm holding it for, a week, a few weeks, 3 weeks, 10 weeks, 120,000 weeks, okay? Just 120,000 weeks, just holding that position. Yes, absolutely. So if we just zoom out, take a step back and relax, take a few breathers, I like to be a swing trader because the moves are just so easy to spot, right? You don't have to worry about going down to the 30-second time frame looking for bearish divergences and yellow X's on Market Cipher A. You just sit back, relax, and wait for these golden entries and then ride them up. Now, during the past few days and weeks, we've kind of been confined to more of a scalping, day trading approach here because we haven't had that kind of price action. Price has been trading on these moving averages, and whenever price is trading on the moving averages, that means we are in a period of consolidation, right? A period of consolidation, because price action will tend to move in three different types of ways, right? We can either have an uptrend like this, and when we have the uptrend, price is trading above the moving averages, right? Or we have a downtrend like this, where price is trading below the moving averages. But if price is trading on the moving averages, right, that means we're in a period of consolidation and we don't really have a very clearly defined upward or downward trend, at least not in the short term. Obviously, if we zoom out to, this is the 4-hour, if we zoom out to the daily time frame, we are clearly in an uptrend. We are clearly still in an uptrend because price is pretty much using this 21 EMA as a support on the way up, and the lowest it'll go is it'll bounce off this 55 EMA, and then we continue in our uptrend. So long term, although we might see, it's very possible that we could see a $45,000, even a $40,000 Bitcoin, and it still would not nullify our upward trend, right? It would not. It definitely would not. If price moves, it zigs and zags, right? That's what Crypto Face always says. So if we just, did something like this, that's not really the biggest deal in the world. And this is that $40,000 level, which, guys, that was a very, very strong level of resistance. And so if we retrace to that daily level, it's not the end of the world. So just want to put that into perspective a little bit. Let me erase some of these markings that I made, but just understand, guys, especially if you're a trader, if you're new to trading, it's easy to get sliced up when we lose the bigger picture perspective, okay? Personally, I got sliced up, okay? I entered a long position. Let me show you guys. I entered a long position right here because I thought we were getting a bounce off of the daily time frame, which we were, okay? But I had my take profit set up here at 53,000. This other daily level, right? Where I should have just waited in the trade and taken profit where I had my take profit set. But unfortunately, I had a tight stop loss because I wasn't sure, what was going to happen. So I had a stop loss like down here, and I got stopped out of a trade. And then when I saw that we were coming below my stop loss, I entered a short position. I was going to try and short down to this level here, this $49,000 level. And then, of course, I got stopped out. So I got stopped out of 2 trades yesterday, which, as you guys know, to be honest with you guys, that rarely happens to me, especially when I'm trading on like the larger time frames. So I just took a step back, I took a breather, I stopped trading. And this brings up a really good point, guys. If you're newer to trading, it's about finding a good entry, okay? I got stopped out of 2 trades, and it did not affect me very much at all. And the reason is because if you can find an entry that is right on a support level or a resistance level, you have a very clearly defined area where you can place your stop loss, knowing that if you're wrong about the trend that you think is happening, you can get stopped out before the loss becomes too significant. Okay, and what I mean by that is if I was going long here and I was putting my stop loss under this support, okay, I'm only risking about 0.9%, but my take profit level is, what did I just do? My take profit level is going to be a 4.5% trade. So if you're always setting your trades up where you're risking very little to gain very much, well, you can, like what happened to me, lose 2 trades in one day, and it doesn't affect your overall P&L. You're still going to be very, very profitable. But, if you enter, let's say, a long position in no man's land, right? If you enter a long position in no man's land and you don't have any kind of support or resistance or moving average to use as a stop loss, then that's as we say in Hebrew, lo tov. That's not good. Like if I were to enter a long position right here, I would have to put my stop loss. The only responsible place to put my stop loss, honestly, would be below the last swing low of the move. And so then I would be risking, 5.4%, and my next resistance level is right here, and that's only a 1.49% gain potential, and then after that it would be this trend line, and then after that it would be this resistance. So just something to keep in mind, y'all. Okay, I want to talk about my targets. I want to talk about how I plan to be trading this. Personally, guys, I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines over the weekend. It is a holiday. It is Passover on Saturday, which is the day that Jesus was crucified. And then the day after that is another holiday, the first day of unleavened bread. That was the day that Jesus was buried in the tomb. So I will not be trading those days. I will be attending religious services, but I will still do my technical analysis and talk about how I would trade this if I was trading. Now let me go into the chat real quick and shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Moondream. Moondream, shout out to you. And John Wick. And Doodle D, thank you. Thank you for wishing me happy holidays. Yeah, praise the Lord. Baruch Hashem. Yaron. אתה מדבר עברית? Alright. Sorry, guys. This is an English channel. So I'm not going to speak Hebrew here. However, oh guys, FOMO into that like button. Look at this like button chart right here. The Jason Casper like button. Okay? This is the one, well, no, it doesn't matter what chart this is. The point is, the Jason Casper like button, okay, is trading on Bybit. A very bullish thing. Now, Bybit is now supporting my like button. Coinbase adds support for the Jason Casper like button. I don't know if you guys saw this article recently, but yeah, trading has officially begun for the Jason Casper like button as of March 18th. Okay, so FOMO into the like button. I do not give financial advice on this channel, but if I had to give financial advice, I would say you need to get into the Jason Casper like button ASAP, because if you don't, well, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines wishing you had invested in it. I mean, this is a wonderful asset, right? It solves all the problems that we have in this world. Every single problem, right? The supply chain issue, security, cybersecurity, the Jason Casper like button solves all those problems. So this is definitely going to keep pumping. There's no end in sight. Market Cipher is telling us we're at the bottom. Even though it looks like we're at the top, this is the bottom. So how should we be trading Bitcoin? Speaking of the Jason Casper like button, how should we be trading Bitcoin? Well, I just want to point out to y'all how important those daily levels of support and resistance are, right? They're super important, because even though I entered a long and got sliced up, okay, I was still right in my sentiment, my analysis that we were going to get a bounce off of this level. And the reason for that is because this is a level that we have been watching for a very long time. I've been watching this for a very long time. I've been talking about this exact level for a very long time, expecting that price was going to retrace here. And the reason we expected price was going to retrace there was because historically we can see that this blue level was a very, very strong support and resistance. Historically, price always will retrace back to those areas where there was a lot of liquidity in the market. The market wants to have more liquidity, and just naturally on trader psychology and stuff like that, if we have an area where there's a lot of buying and selling, right, a lot of price interaction, price will retrace to that area. And when we broke out of this resistance right here, well, it only makes sense that we would come back and retest it before continuing onward. Now, right now, we got a perfect rejection off of another very strong level, which is the 53,800 level. And look at how perfectly we actually rejected off of that level. It's actually pretty phenomenal. So, just short-term trading here, if we are bound right now within this range, what we would want to do is look for, longs down here, look for shorts up here. And if we zoom in to a lower time frame, maybe even like the 15-minute, wow, look at that perfect rejection. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Really what we should be looking for, if you want to have a really sure entry, is well, you would want to use confluence, right? You want to use confluence with Market Cipher and with these support and resistance levels. In fact, really what I like to do, guys, and I've been messing with this lately, but on these lower time frames, right? On these lower time frames, I've been experimenting with this strategy where basically I will turn on Market Cipher SR and I will remove everything on Market Cipher SR except the VWAP. So let me take off the Agora algo, which is great for drawing these short-term support resistance and stuff like that. I'll just turn this off real quick. And then Market Cipher SR. What I do is I will turn off the pivot high, turn off the pivot low, and just keep that VWAP on. And let me remove this. No, I'll keep that trend line on for a second. If you ever see price, okay, like right here, this is a great example. If you just have that VWAP on, and you're on, I like to do this on the 15-minute time frame, and you see price come above the VWAP and also come above a support level, okay, in other words, break above a resistance level and break above the VWAP at the same time, right, in the same candle or same few candles, okay, and you are getting a bullish signal on Market Cipher B, that is an excellent time to enter a trade. Okay, now look at this. We were printing a bottom. We were getting a clear upward direction. Money flow has crossed from red into green, and then we get a trigger wave right here. As soon as we get this green trigger wave, okay, literally as soon as we get the trigger wave, we are confirmed above two supports, right? This trend line that was acting as resistance, and this key daily level, this very important daily level that we were below and have now broken above. As soon as all these things happen and Market Cipher is giving us a bullish signal, you can enter a long there and just, what I like to do is I will set my stop loss below the supports and the VWAP, okay? Below the supports and the VWAP. And in these crazy markets, you might need to give yourself, a little bit more playing room. Maybe put the stop loss below the last swing low, and then you set your take profits at the next resistance level. So we would have entered here, set our first take profit right up here, and then our second take profit right up here for a nice 3.5% move. Now check this out, guys. And this is really important. This is why it's so important to mark down your support and resistance levels, because price really does respect these levels. It really does. Just look at what happens when price comes up here, right? Price 3 times gets rejected off of this level, rejected again, and then finally we break through. These are important levels. That's why we can set our take profit levels here. So if we're not in a swing trade and we're just trying to trade on the lower time frames, what we need to do is we need to establish some levels. Okay, support and resistance is pretty simple. We can, if you want to, draw it by hand. Other things that we can do is use the Agora algo or something similar. I like Agora though because it has a lot of great features, but this will draw also for us some support and resistance levels that we can use for targets as well. Okay, and once we have our levels marked out, well, then we just look at Market Cipher for confluence. We look at Market Cipher to tell us, yes, the price actually is going to go in that direction. So this is my approach to trading these kind of sideways trending markets, right, where we really need to look at the charts. We need to look at what the price action is doing. And if we see price action, do something bullish, okay, like confirm over a support and a moving average, right? The VWAP is kind of like a moving average on Market Cipher SR, right? I only use the Market Cipher SR VWAP. I don't experiment with other WAPs. I like the SR WAP, okay? So when we get the WAP cross and Market Cipher is giving us some kind of bullish confirmation, then that's a great time to enter into a trade. And the other good thing about it is we know where to put our stop loss, we know where to put our take profits, and it will prevent us from getting sliced up. Like honestly, guys, if I had been using this lower time frame for when I entered long right here, right? When I entered long right in here, because we got the initial touch, we got the retest, and I thought, okay, great time to enter long. I was looking on the higher time frames, and I wasn't using this strategy, which I should have been, because all I really did was I saw, okay, look at this, it looks like we're going to come up, and we did come up, but we didn't hit my take profit level. And then eventually I did get stopped out. So I wasn't diligent. I didn't take profit when I was in profit. But if I had just waited for a better entry with more confluence like this, and at the same time, I see the Market Cipher direction, that would have been a perfect entry. Unfortunately, guys, I was asleep when that happened, and I really needed the sleep. I have been working so hard lately, y'all. I mean, life on a homestead is a lot of work, okay? It will definitely keep you in shape. But I need my sleep. When I lie down in bed, it's like I'm out. And really, guys, I prefer swing trading. I prefer to get into those big moves and just hold them, right? And because it takes a lot of the pressure off. You don't have to constantly look at the charts and wait for the WAP cross. And really, I mean, it's just so simple. It's so simple on these big time frames. Like, I mean, how can you can't. And you have so much time to get into. It's like, you can see this starting to happen from January 21st all the way to January 31st. So you have 10 days where you're watching this setup happen. You have plenty of time to plan. And then as soon as you get the cross, it's time to enter. And you just ride this thing up. You take profits at the highs. And you just use Market Cipher B, basically, to know when to take profit out and when to put it back into that trade as you're riding it up so you can compound it up. And really the way you do that, y'all, is you just look for when these momentum waves on the 4-hour are starting to cross, right? Before they even print the red dot, you can tell, right, what's going to happen, right? You can see it coming down. When these things get high, they start to come down, and that's when you take profits out, because if you wait for the red dot, here, let's zoom in here. Look, if you wait for that red dot, price has already come down from that high. It's already come down like 4%. But if you are get in before the cross, right? You can actually get in when price is only coming down, 1.5%. So you take profit out before the cross, wait for it to come down a little bit, right? And then it's basically the opposite. When you see that the waves are starting to cross back up in this area, then you put that back into the trade right here. So you would have taken out a little bit at 40,290, and then you would have put back in at a lower price right around 39 39-ish, right? 39. Probably you could have even gotten in at a little bit lower if you were being diligent. And because this is on a higher time frame, guys, like, you only have to check the charts really every 4 hours. You only have to check the charts every 4 hours. And if you're in these long positions, right, and you're making all this profit, it's also actually really easy to know when to get out of the trades too, right? Like, I mean, obviously, if you are really watching close and you can see these divergences happen like this, where you know we're about to drop. But even if you're not watching closely, you can just keep an eye on these moving averages, and when we cross below the moving averages, like, that's the time when it's, you know, you should get out of the trade. And there's so much margin for error here because it's on a higher time frame. So that's how I prefer to trade, right? When we're in these trending markets and I'm trying to make a quick buck here and there, where we're trading on the moving averages, that's where I use, you know, a different approach, like something like this. And y'all know too my 4-hour, 24-minute strategy and stuff like that, and variations on that. There's a lot of things we can do. Every day is a new opportunity to have a good trade, So I'm keeping my eyes on things, y'all. We have a lot of things in the news, right? We've got like the this is not the article I was looking for, but you know, the futures contracts that are ending, and people allegedly trying to push the price down to like the mid 40s. But this article on CoinDesk is you know, saying that options traders are expecting an 80K Bitcoin in by the end of April, which honestly, I mean, yeah, that's not like anything even remotely crazy at all. Not even remotely crazy at all. Because really, if we just take a look at this here on the Quattro hour to pull out some of my Espanol, because you guys know, you might not know, I am Cuban, so I've got that Espanol in my blood, y'all. But let's see, if we pull out our fib from the swing low to the swing high, and wow, look at that, guys, look at that. We're pretty much bouncing off the 618 right here, which is, for y'all, for anybody who doesn't know the way Fibonacci retracements work, is basically you're measuring a move from here, from the 1, this is giving you percentages of the move here, so from the 1 to the top is 100% of a move. You take it from the low of a move to the high of the move, and then it's measuring what percentage of the initial move is retracing. So we have the initial move, and then if we come down to this line right here, that's saying, okay, we retraced 38.2% of that initial move. When we come down to this area right here, the 618, we're retracing 61.8% of that move. And this is a very, very significant Fibonacci number. Okay, we inevitably, almost always, you can guarantee that we will get a bounce off of this level here. And now that I'm looking at this, this is actually really, really nice to see that we are in fact getting a bounce off the 618. So that's something to keep our eyes on. But let's say we are really going to get a bounce off the 618 right now. Okay, let's say we are, and that we're not going to see a lower level. Well, I'll take out my fib again, and I will take it from the swing high to the bottom of that retracement, and this will help us obtain some targets here. And if we remove this first fib, well, we can see what would our targets be on the way up if we are truly bouncing off of the 618, which just happens to coincide very close to this daily support level at 51.5. Wow, that is a lot of confluence, guys. The fact that not only did we find a strong support here again after all these years of trading on it, years and decades of trading on this level, but it also bounced perfectly off the 618. Well, our first target, my first target, would be, you know, obviously we just ride up these Fibonacci levels. So this is the first level, the second level here, third level here. I would look for, honestly, 55, because whenever we get a bounce off the 618, I always look to my first major target in between the 0.382 level and the 0.5 level. So honestly, my first target would probably be right around here. But then let's see, if we can come up here and I mean, if we just keep taking this level by level, it's not too crazy to see that we could really have like an $80,000 Bitcoin if things just do what they did, during these kinds of moves, these kinds of impulse moves upwards. Then yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy. It's not that far-fetched. It's really not. And honestly, if we retraced, to the 4.236, not retraced, but this is an extension level. Yeah, it's right around 100,000. So just some things to think about as we are obtaining our levels that we would want to reach. But if right now, let me see, do I have them marked on this chart? Yeah, I do. These are levels that I'm keeping my eyes on, guys. So basically, if we do not hold the support right here, well, if we don't hold this support at the 52 level, then I would think we would obviously go back down and retest the 51.6 level. And if we don't hold that, then my target was, 49K. And if we don't hold that, then we're going to about 45. And if we don't hold that, then down to 40. And none of these levels are out of the question for me, to be honest with y'all. In fact, actually, I won't say that. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to promote irresponsible trading, but yeah. And then obviously we would have this 60K level, the 65K level. And these are like the main daily levels and extension levels that I am looking at. And really, if we're zoomed in on a lower time frame, we really just want to trade this level to level. We want to look for confluence, for price to break above and confirm above one of these levels or confirm below one of these levels, and then trade what Market Cipher is telling us to trade. So let's get into the chat, the chit chat, and shout out to everybody in here. Guys, FOMO into that like button. We have almost 800 people in here and only 200 something likes. Wow. Guys, it does help the algos. It helps the algos. It's all about the algos. Shout out to ZZ Purple. Good morning to you. Trini Boy wants to know why the 15-minute. Eric Tan, Jason Casper like button is printing green dots, y'all. Jason Casper like button is printing a green dot in the 4 hour, which means long for sure, and don't look back. Why the 15-minute time frame? That's a great question. When I am looking at a chart, the way I like to trade, okay, which is different, it's different than a lot, like everyone has their own style, okay? So I'm just telling you guys what I like to do. I like to look at a chart where I can backtest a certain strategy and find what I'm looking for. How do I phrase this? Let me open a beer. There we go. Just kidding, guys. That's not a beer. It's a seltzer. But I needed to wet my whistle. When I'm looking to trade, I want to find things that I can look for on a chart that consistently result in a price move, okay? And I found for me on this 15-minute chart, when Bitcoin is trending, and this is specific to Bitcoin, okay? This is specific to Bitcoin. Other coins might be Atlantic, but for this strategy and this time frame is specific to Bitcoin. So I'm noticing on the 15-minute chart that when we get this confluence, and Market Cipher is also telling us, giving us momentum, that we get a move. If I go down to the 5-minute chart, I don't get that. I can do it also on the 12-minute chart, I can do it on the 12-minute chart. But I found that I get the cleanest signals on the 15-minute chart. So I don't question why. I just say, okay, I've been backtesting this for a while now on the 15-minute chart. And I've noticed it's just super, super accurate, right? Like, you know, check it out, man. Just check it out. Like, right here, for example, we get something, which is price comes below a resistance, which was a support, and then it comes below the VWAP, right? And when it comes below the VWAP, we get a money flow crossover on Market Cipher B down here. And as soon as we get that crossover, and we have all three of these things confirmed, right? We've crossed below the support, crossed below the WAP, money flow crossover, all them things happening within the same general time frame. Put a vertical line there, okay? And then, wait, where's my vertical line? Oh, vertical line, where are you? There you are, silly vertical line. You know, we get this nice move to the downside. And, you know, obviously I don't have all my support and resistance levels marked out in this chart here, but let's see if I do turn on Agora, it will give me some other levels, but I'm not going to turn it on because it's slow. But, you know, we could have, if we just go back historically, like there was a level right here that we could have targeted, right? Let's just say there was this, really, this was actually a nice level, right? It was resistance, resistance, resistance. We broke above it, it became support. So yeah, we enter here, we take it down right to this level, and we pretty much perfectly hit that target. So that's why I like the 15 minute, yeah. All right, let's see if we have any other questions, guys. And thank you. I appreciate all of you guys for FOMOing into that like button. Because, you know. Hey, B-Rad on crypto is at the gym. No beers at the gym. Yeah, I don't really drink a lot of beer, guys. I've had, I think in the last year, I've had 3 beers. 3 in a year. I enjoy one now and again, especially with a nice filet mignon. If you guys ever heard of filet mignon, it's like some kind of meat. John Doe wants to know, how about going long on Bitcoin right now? Right now! Well, let's see, guys. Let's see what is happening on Market Cipher. Well, you know, it's potential. It's there. I see, you know, a potential entry, right? I mean, we just got a bounce off of a support, and we crossed above the WAP. Okay, so those are 2 good things, 2 good reasons to enter long right now. But what is Market Cipher telling us? Well, we just got a money flow crossover into the red, and we just printed a red momentum crossover on Market Cipher B. So for me, I would not enter long right now. Okay, I just would not. That's kind of how I roll. But if, you know, something changes and we do get some kind of bullish momentum on Market Cipher B, then yeah, I would look to enter long. But that's the thing. I'm not a scalper where I'm trying to get every little, you know, shredding up and down the fretboard like an electric guitar with the sweep arpeggios and the 2-hand tapping and all that, you know. I'm more of a, I like to just strum some chords around the campfire, right? Strum some chords and wait for those perfect entries, right? So yeah, I might not catch every single move. I might not catch every single FOMO candlestick like this FOMO blue candlestick, right? Guaranteed to make me millions of dollars if I took, you know, my entire Bitcoin and crypto portfolio that I've been accumulating for 5 years and put it on this trade with 100x leverage. I could have made a very good amount of money on this little candle here. But I don't do that. I just don't. I don't. Let's see if we have any other... shout out to Jagged Mountain with the soft pretzels. Yeah. Yeah, you know, soft pretzels and beer, that's a good combination. That is a good combination. There is a brewery that I like that makes their own beer and their own giant soft pretzels. And and they make pizza too, and it's good. A lot of carbohydrates. But you know, sometimes you need some carbohydrates in your life, you know? Oh. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, somebody asked a question. Hollandaise. Hey man, can you look at Dentcoin? I feel everything from the 24/4 strategy is confirmed, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll take a look at Dentcoin, but let me just say, Martin Schattenberg. Did I say that right? Schattenberg? Okay. Says look at the 12-hour. Let's look at the 12-hour really quick, guys. Let's take a look. 12-hour. Wow, 12-hour printing that GD. That nice GD on the 12-hour. Yeah, I'll be honest with y'all, though. I will be honest with you. You know, we still need to remember the fact that right now, if we're looking at Market Cipher B on the 12-hour, okay, this is not a trigger wave, right? This is I would consider this more of an anchor, right? More of a bottom. And it's important to remember that really the direction we have right now is this, okay? The direction that we have is this on the 12-hour. So it's not out of the question that we could come up and then print another red wave right here. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't mean we can't get some good upward moves. I'm just saying it's something we need to keep in mind in our noggins. But yeah, that's a good sign. I mean, you know, last night when I was lying in bed about to fall asleep on my phone in the Discord, which is not what you're supposed to do when you're tired. You're not supposed to look at a screen in bed when you need to sleep, but I was, and we were printing these green dots everywhere. We're printing them on the 8 with this giant green dot down here, on the 10, on the 6, right, on the foe. And honestly, you know, this kind of stuff is looking nice, right? It's looking like we're potentially hitting a very significant bottom to just blast off into outer space with a rocket ship that was designed by Elon Musk himself to go to Mars. If we've indeed ever been to Mars. They say we have. I don't know. I've never been there myself. But, you know, it looks like we could be setting up for a nice bottom. Whoa, what is going on? What is going on? All right, so let's see here. Historically, when we come down and print these big bottoms on the 6-hour and money flow is in the red, I mean, that just signifies to us a nice move up. So if this is really the beginning, the anchor, okay, the anchor, the base, the bottom of our weapon, which is Market Cipher, and we're aiming upwards, right, at our targets. This could be the beginning of something really nice. And on the 12-hour, this could be the beginning of something really nice, right? It could be. I mean, we printed this here, off to outer space, off to Jupiter, with the rings and all that. And Jupiter doesn't have the rings, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Although technically Jupiter, they say, does have a few rings, technically. But I don't like to get technical unless it is technical analysis. That's the only thing I like to get technical about. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Shout out to everybody who FOMO'd into the like button. Man, only half of y'all liked the video. Oh, that hurts my feelings, man. So Tanya Babino brings up a good point, right? Okay, look, with futures expiring and history of it going up substantially after, is waiting for the bullish momentum before entering a long, going to make that much more gain, not planning to trade this weekend. Yeah, that's a really good point, Tanya, and I just like to wait for the bullish momentum. That's how I like to trade. Like, I know a lot of people right now just have, like, you know, are just going long saying, yeah, like, we know historically, you know, what's the old saying that they say, trade the rumor, buy the new, no, what do they say? I forget what they say. There's some kind of rumor, but yeah, like, there's all this talk about the futures expiring, pushing the price down, and then, you know, historically, after that happens, we get a huge, you know, the opposite of what everyone thinks is going to happen happens. So, I mean, I just personally, I like to wait for the momentum. I don't like to enter a trade unless I have my confirmations. That's just the way I trade. I'm the Bob Ross. Wait, what? I'm confused here. Yeah, CryptoFace gave me a lesson in spider lines yesterday, and hey, I really like Datin Razender 4.20 says that the Earth is flat and space is water. And also, he has a really nice little icon here of the all-seeing eye upside down with somebody on top looking victorious over I'm not going to talk any more about this. I shall not. All right. Vince Miller wants to know if going long right now is a good idea. I mean, here's the thing. Going long right now is honestly a gamble. Going long right now is honestly a gamble, okay? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I can think of a lot of reasons why I would go long right now. I can. I really, really can. But the truth of the matter is, guys, on the 12-hour, we are in a clear downward trend, right? We have a high, and then we have a lower low, and a lower high, and a lower low, and a lower high, and a lower low, and a lower high, okay? And we've been respecting these levels, right? Just in general, right? We had, obviously, this level. We came down to this level. And then we came down to this level and rejected off this level. We came down to this level. Now we're rejecting off this level, which was support for a long time. This level was support from March 9th all the way to March 23rd. And so the fact that we got this rejection off of this level, for me right now, we don't know if this 12-hour candlestick is going to turn purple, right? It could stay blue. This could be the bottom bounce, but we just don't know. So I like to wait for my confirmations, right? What am I waiting for? When we first, let me go back. Let me go back and just kind of talk about how I'm approaching this, okay? This is the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame, okay? What I want to see if I'm going to enter a swing long position is I want to see price come and confirm above these two exponential moving averages. I have the 21 EMA and the 55 EMA. I want to see this happen at the same time that Market Cipher B is giving me a very clear upward direction, okay? Like right here, Market Cipher B printed a nice bottom on the 4-hour. We had a very clear upward direction, okay? And then when we get to the apex of this direction, right, where we get anchor, trigger, a money flow crossover, we confirm above these moving averages, and then boom, we're off to the races. Now, did we miss some of the move? Yes, we missed some of the move. How much of the move would we have missed? We would have missed maybe, 15%. But we're sacrificing that 15% for our confirmation, for our assurance that we are going to get in the move. And what do we make? We make 70%. 70%, I would rather make 70% and be confident that I'm getting into a good swing trade than potentially this not be the bottom and me get into a loss. And same deal right here, right? Look at this. We have a nice bottom, a nice double bottom here. We're getting this nice direction on Market Cipher. When we print this trigger wave here, money flow still in the purple, we confirm over the moving averages, and then boom, we get this nice move. And do we miss out on some stuff? Yeah. But guys, in these areas of consolidation, right, when price is trading on the moving averages, this is where we change our strategy up. This is where we trade, when I say scalp, for me, it's really like a day trade, right? I'm entering on a lower time frame, and I could be holding it for like a day, or I could be holding it for a few hours, or even a few minutes. But when I'm looking for a real like swing trade, I don't swing trade when the moving averages, when price is like on moving averages. I wait for a clear confirmation and a crossover, and right now I just don't have that. I don't have that. Could this be the exact bottom? Yeah, but the exact bottom could be down here, and I don't know that. So I'm not going to enter. I'm not going to get wrecked. I'm not going to get wrecked, right? I would rather be confident in my trade position and get a lesser amount of profit than to be unconfident, not be able to sleep, not be able to eat, not be able to drink, not be able to walk, not be able to do anything except look at the charts and wonder, am I going to lose all my money? Everything. Everything. Are they going to take my car away? I don't know. Okay? You know, I would rather just, when we're in this kind of area, I would come down to a lower time frame, something like the 15 minute. I love the 15. I love me some 15 minute. All right? When we're consolidating like this, love me some 15 minute. Country boy like me, we're all about that 15 minute. See, out here in the country, things move slow, all right? We take our time. We sip our coffee slow, right? We eat dinner slow. So for me, the 15 minute is like a city folks scalping on the 1 minute. So when things are consolidating, I come here and I look for, let me turn on Market Cipher SR. Okay. I'm looking for like something like this where we get the, let me for now turn off Agora, but you can use Agora if you're using those support and resistance levels. But if we get if we confirm over a support and the VWAP and Market Cipher says, hey, look, man, momentum is moving in your favor, well, go long. And we're consolidating, so we're not swing trading. It's very clear where we put our stop loss, right? We could put our stop loss below that last low, and it's very clear where we set our take profits. We set them at the resistance levels. Take profit 1, take profit 2, stop loss. Boom, a perfectly planned trade with lots of confluence. Lots of confluence. Like, we shouldn't be entering trades, guys, unless we have lots of confluence that things are going to be moving upward or downward. We don't just want to enter a trade because we feel like it's going to go up, or we feel like it's going to go down, or it's a good time to enter long because historically, things have gone long. But now, to be honest with you guys, speaking of going long, we are getting now a money flow crossover on Market Cipher B here. So potentially, if you put your stop loss, you would have to now put your stop loss way down here, and you would have to put your take profit, way up here. But potentially, this could be a long entry right here. But I don't like this kind of entry because we're too high above where I would have to put my stop loss, right? We're in no man's land. We're in the middle right here. We're in the middle. So basically, our take profit level is closer to us than our stop loss would have to be. So that is not a good entry. You want to find entries where you can place your stop loss in an area where if price comes below that level, it invalidates the trend, right? So I know right now this is our support. And when we trade, we like to trade support to resistance, right? Whether they be spider lines or anything else, which I need to learn more about. So I know if price comes below here, right? If we came below the support, then my idea that price is going to come up to resistance is invalidated. So if I can enter really close to this support level, then I'm not risking very much at all, right? And my take profit level is here, so I'm risking very little to gain very much. If I enter in the middle, I'm risking more than I'm potentially going to gain here. And that's, to me, is not the best entry, unless, of course, we do come back up and test these higher levels here, which we might. But if that happens, right, if we're coming up to a resistance, okay, a French resistance, very key element of technical analysis is those French resistance, okay, and just like what we saw here, right, we came up to a resistance, and we got the WAP cross, and Market Cipher was telling us to go long. That's when we go long at a resistance. We just don't go long at a resistance because we're getting to a resistance. We had no other confluence. So let's get back to the chit chat here. And I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Coinbase is adding support for the Jason Casper like button. As of March 18th, my like button has been trading on Coinbase. And you guys know what happens when new assets come to Coinbase. You get all these new investors, right, who just found out about cryptocurrency coming in, right? Like your grandpa, your southern grandpa was like, you know what, my grandson been telling me about this Bitcoin thing. I think I finally give it a try. You know, I went on to, what is that there website called? Coinbase? Yep, I went on Coinbase, got me some Bitcoin. They had all these other little coins. You ever heard of what is it, Ethereum? You ever heard of that? I got some of that. I got me some of them little coins. They might just pump up. I don't know. They might be the next Bitcoin, right? I mean, Bitcoin can get so high, you know? So those types of people are buying the Jason Casper like button. That's why the chart is going crazy right now, okay? You can actually trade the Jason Casper like button on Bybit with leverage. And look at this. Look at this. This is the definition of an uptrend, guys. This is the definition of a nice uptrend. There's no end in sight. There's no end in sight. No end in sight. So make sure to FOMO into that like button, because if you don't get in on this giant green candlestick, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. And then your grandpa's going to be sitting there, man, I told you should have been done get one of them little coins, all right? So shout out to all the southern grandfathers out there. Shout out to everybody who FOMO'd into the like button. Shout out to, let's see who else I can shout out. Nice. Shout out to Memory Man. He got his grandma to get herself some bags. Yeah. Halo Crypto says it looks like the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, you know, it looks like the Bitcoin chart because, you know, the Jason Casper like button's heading down that trajectory of Bitcoin, right? Let's see. Jagged Mountain says my grandpa doesn't sound very cute. Yeah, you're right. The funny thing is my grandpa actually does sound super Cuban. I don't have any kind of southern grandpas. I wish I did, though. Look at this. Duff Bits is making a killing on the Jason Casper like button. And so are many other people. Let's see here. Crypto Willie B wants to know what region of the world am I in? North America. North America. Corey Traxler doesn't see a Jason Casper like button. Jason Casper like button going to 1 trillion likes. Yeah, Hector Gutierrez is up 400. He got in at 120. Shout out to Hector Gutierrez making those gains. Matthew Brodner wants to know if I can. Will China ban the like button? Alessandro wants to know. No, it's unbannable. It's unbannable. You know, trying to ban the Jason Casper like button is like trying to ban Bitcoin. It's just, you can't do it. The network is still up as long as you got 2 computers running the SHA JCLB algorithm. Then you're good. The yellow lines on the 12-hour chart, Matthew. Sorry for waxing eloquent, guys, here, but let's talk about that. Those are just support and resistance lines that I drew on the chart. Those are just support and resistance lines. Let me get to my other chart. Is this my other chart here? No, this is my chart here. These are support and resistance lines. These are some targets that I have, both for high and low levels. If I'm trading this level to level, let me turn off my support and resistance. If I'm trading this level to level, then these are support and resistance lines that I've drawn out, and then projections also based on Fibonacci levels. Okay, so really these are just key levels that we're looking at, that we want to see. Okay, if price touches one of these levels, especially if we're looking on lower time frames, then we get very interested in a trade when price comes to one of these levels. That's what that means. And the way you draw them, well, guys, I actually go over this. I have a course. If any of y'all want to learn these things, right? If you want to learn all the things that I'm talking about in this video in extreme detail, I have a trading course that is meant for people who are completely new to trading. It goes over everything you need to know to become a confident, proficient, profitable trader. And if you are interested in this course, you can either shoot me an email, which is in the description of this video, or join my free Discord and hit me up in there. Or you can go into the Discord, and there is actually an area in here called Trading Course Information, and you can find out all the info you need to know in there. And if you join the course, we go over all these things. You will have lifetime access to all the videos, all the course materials, where we basically teach you how to create your own strategy, how to look at the charts and come up with your own strategy that works for your lifestyle and all that, how to feel confident entering trades. But we also give you some strategies that you can use to start out with. Some of those strategies I've already spoken about on my free content, but we go into more detail there. And also we have a really nice VIP trading course private Discord where all the course materials are. You can ask questions. We have, technical analysis chat. I even post some of my potential trades in here. I only post very low risk trades in here, right? So if I see an entry that I say, man, this has a very, very high chance of working out, I will post it in here. Historically, I don't think we've had any losses, which is good. Yeah, that wouldn't be good for my reputation, but yeah, in the description of the video you can find that info if you're interested in that. And also, guys, while I am shilling my own course, why don't I shill Market Cipher as well? If you don't have Market Cipher, I do have an affiliate link, and I used to have a discount code. I no longer have one. So really, unfortunately, it used to be a mutual beneficial thing where you guys could get a discount and I could get a commission. Now I can only get the commission. So if you guys want to get Market Cipher anyway and you want to help me out, use my link. If you want to get Market Cipher and you hate me, then don't use my link. Just go to marketciphertrading.com and sign up there. It doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. So let's see if there's any other questions up in here. Look at this. Jagged Mountain says, Jason Casper course is amazing. You should get in, guys, 100% with a ladybug. Yeah, I love ladybugs. Would I consider a trade of custom furniture for the course? I would consider, yeah. Why not? Joe likes the course. Shout out to Joe. Kevin R. wants to know, if I only have the free version of TradingView, am I missing out on not having access to additional/custom timeframes? I don't know. I don't know because I haven't had the free version in a very long time. Yeah, so Leiden Churikop wants to know about the Bitcoin futures contracts and what I think about them. It's hard to say, right? It's really hard to say. We cannot base our trades on the news. We just cannot. We need to base our trades on the charts and what the charts are saying. And it could really go either way, right? It could go either way. Like, it would not surprise me if we have a huge pump because of it. But I would not, or a huge dump. Like, I'm not ruling out the fact that Bitcoin really, we could come down to 49 to 45 or to $40,000. Right now, the chart is telling me we're in a downtrend, right? We're consistently printing lower highs on the chart, okay, until we break above and confirm above this resistance right here at 53,895. This is a key level here. I mean, really, we were on the lower time frames. You could kind of see us forming this kind of this kind of pattern here, right, where you could see we're kind of forming this descending triangle. And we broke below that. Now we just retested it, okay, and got rejected on the 4 hour. We need to see what happens. We really need to see what happens. Okay, if this was, we've come down out of this triangle. We're still in a downtrend. So I know this is about the futures ending, but basically my point is we just need to trade what the charts are telling us. And if we're looking to enter a swing trade, in my mind, I don't like to pay attention to the news. I know a lot of people trade only the news, and that's totally fine. But for me, that's not my style. I would prefer I give a large, more weight to the technical analysis, right? I mean, Elon Musk says you can buy Tesla with Bitcoin. and we got a dump, right? Even though people thought we were going to get a pump. So I thought we were going to get a pump too. Right here, I remember I made a video and I said it looks like we are bouncing up off of this key support, and I thought we were, but look, we got a huge bounce off this support and then we fell and broke below. So just don't trade the news, only trade the chart. And what are we looking for? We are looking for here we are. We're looking for Market Cipher to tell us that we're getting upward momentum. Okay, it's looking like that could happen pretty soon, guys. It really is. But we don't want to enter until things are confirmed. We want to see the Market Cipher momentum. We also want to see a confirmed uptrend, based on these moving averages, right? This is the Fibonacci, the 21 to 55 EMAs. When we see price confirm above these, and also Market Cipher's telling us to go long, we go long. If we see the opposite happen, then we go short, right? But we have not had a real short opportunity in a very long time. I guess you could have had a little short right here, and also you could have had a little short right here. But compared to the longs right now, the shorts are not good. And again, it's really easy to get the shorts pulled down around your ankles if you're not careful, right? Just like how it used to be in middle school, right? I don't know. Did anybody else in middle school go through the phase where people would pull each other's gym shorts down when they would go to dunk on the basketball hoop, trying to be a boss and show off in front of all their friends and all the girls? Hey, check me out, I'm about to dunk. When you're 11, 12, right? And then your friend comes up while you're jumping and just tugs your shorts down. And you better hope that you were wearing some secure boxer briefs or some secure underwear in general. Maybe some kind of metal belt that can keep those underwears up, because if those underwears come down along with your gym shorts, everyone's going to be looking and pointing and laughing, right? All your friends, that girl who you really liked, now you're just totally humiliated in front of everybody. Ain't nothing left secret, right? All the anatomy hanging out, right? Ain't nothing left to the imagination now. That's why you have to be careful when you're shorting in this clear uptrend. But, in general, you can still do it as long as you're careful. And, when things are consolidating like they are right now, trade at smaller time frames. When we have a confirmed upward trend, go long, swing long. I mean, it's really that simple. I know I'm oversimplifying it, but it's easy to get caught up in the minute to minute, in the short term, freaking out. And it happens to me all the time. I always have to check myself. Right, we have these crashes, and you start thinking, man, I need to catch the bounces in every move, and you stop looking for confluence and stuff. No. Just take a deep breath, take a step back, and trade what the chart says. Now, this is kind of nice looking here, right? We just got rejected off the 21 EMA on the 4-hour. Let me zoom in here. Right, we just got rejected off. We're coming up for a retest. Let's see what happens. If we break above the 21 EMA, that's a good sign. It's a good sign. If we keep going, we break above the 55, it's a good sign. Market Cipher, right, prints us. What would happen if Market Cipher did print us some kind of thing where we get a red wave and then a green wave right here, and we're coming up above these EMAs. And the daily is another important thing, guys. The daily is giving us a green dot, then I would have my confirmations. And I don't care about the futures. I don't care about Elon Muskinator shooting off to Mars. Yeah, I don't care about none of that. Okay. Appreciate all you guys. May God bless all of you. Bollinger Bands are breaking out. That's cool. I don't really use Bollinger Bands. Seth wants to know if I am in a long position currently. No, I am not in a swing long position. My long-term time frame account is closed. Brent Heyer wants to know what 2155 EMA do I use. I usually use Market Cipher A because it will confirm the colors for me. But right now, my Market Cipher A is not set up for that, and I just put on the regular old EMAs that you can find for free in TradingView. Yes. Robbie's Hood wants to know, do I need Market Cipher for your course? I mean, yes, it really goes over Market Cipher in detail. So I would recommend that you do have Market Cipher. That would be my recommendation. How do I set alerts for TradingView? Says James. James, my man. Let me direct you to YouTube. And if you go to my channel here, right? What in the world? I don't know how. I honestly, guys, I don't know how I get these suggested videos on my this YouTube channel. I don't really watch YouTube from this YouTube channel. If I do watch YouTube, it's from my personal channel. And I don't know how I get these suggested videos, man. This is like the most random things, like airplanes and obese women, and I just don't know. So anyway, if you go to my channel here and you go to playlists, no, go to videos and scroll down a little ways. I have a video right here, how to set alerts in TradingView. This focuses on Market Cipher B, but this will really just give you how to set alerts in general. And then also, y'all, if you go to playlists, I have Market Cipher tutorials playlists, and it's printing a. You know, there's a lot of content in here, and honestly, a lot of people are shocked that I give away so much info for free. But I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in here that is like very helpful. A lot of the stuff I talk about, and some of it's long, like these long, like 2-hour live streams. You know, you might have to sit through a lot of stuff, but the info is really good. And if you want the shortcut, the orderly fashion of all this, yeah, sign up for the course, because it'll give it to you in order, in orderly fashion, everything in order, all the puzzle pieces in one shot. But yeah, check this stuff out. It'll help y'all if you're looking for strategies. Richard Harrington wants to know if I can grow the goodness in the garden of mine. You know, I don't even know. I don't know what the law is about that, but I don't know. Perhaps one day I would grow hemp. I do eat a lot of hemp. It's a nutritious plant. I do not ingest it for other recreational purposes. Not anymore. I used to do that, and I have repented of that. And repent means, if anybody doesn't know what repent means, it means to just change direction. It means to change direction. Metanoia is the Greek word for that, if anybody was wondering. Super Googly wants to know, how do you find Market Cipher working on alt BTC pairs? Super Googly, that's a great question. Now, I find it does not work very well because of the erratic nature of the alt BTC pairs. Okay, because of the Bitcoin, you could see something forming on the Bitcoin chart, right? With well, this, you know, with Cardano and Bitcoin, like, it actually works pretty well on the 4-hour. Oh, this is the daily. This is the daily. So, yeah, it actually works pretty well on the daily. So maybe higher time frames would work better. But I found that when I'm trying to, like, you know, yeah, you know what? Now this is synthetics on the daily as well. I mean, I guess just from a superficial look on the daily seems to be good. But when I go to those lower time frames, it can be really kind of not the best. Like right here, we had all this momentum even upwards on the daily, and then we had like a little dump here. But long term, it looks like it turned out pretty good. And then even here, we had a divergence. And we dumped. So yeah, you know what? I say go for it. When I look on those lower time frames, though, it doesn't seem to work as well. But I've since the summer, I have not been trading Bitcoin pairs as much. What I do is I hold them and I sell them at the top, and I was actually holding synthetics. And guys, I'm still holding that bag. I forgot I had it in Coinbase, and I was not paying attention to the charts. And then the other night, I was taking a look at my portfolio, and I realized that I had purchased a very decent bag of synthetics. in the beginning of January, and I missed my opportunity to sell it for Bitcoin, because that's what I do. I hold the alts. When they pump to Bitcoin, I sell them. But you know what? Market Cipher's looking pretty good. So thanks, Super Googly, for bringing that to my attention. Let's see how things are going here with Bitcoin. Yeah, not looking bad, guys. Not looking bad. We will see what happens over this weekend. Now that I'm taking the weekend off, means we'll probably hit 80K over the weekend for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, Richard Harrington forgot he had silica. Yeah, it happens, right? You forget. Memory Man has one chicken, who's the only reason he's not totally vegan. That's cool. Cesar Montez, what is the Fibonacci time frame you prefer? I mean, it doesn't really matter, because we're for Fibonacci, we're measuring swing high to swing low. That doesn't change from time frame to time frame. You just want to make sure you have a time frame where you can see the swing high and swing low without a whole bunch of noise. Hey, Mr. R says, Audius will be the next day to 100x. I never heard of it. I should check it out. How do I make the writing stay in the same positions? Says Octanam. I don't know what you mean, man. Can you elaborate? Cookie Guy wants to know my price prediction by the end of the month. Am I bullish? You know what? I am bullish long term. By the end of the month, I really don't know. That's why, guys, instead of making predictions and stuff, I just look at the chart, and it's the simplest thing, right? On the 4 hour, if I see confirmations, I go long, and if those things break down, then I get out, right? That's just as simple as that. And if we're consolidating on the moving averages, I just trade lower time frames and make smaller trades. So I don't like to set targets. Millennium 8 says, Yeshua bless you, brother. Toda rabba achi. Thank you very much, brother. May Yeshua also bless you. Yeah, Super Googly, the MVP, that's for sure. Super Googly, you should start a YouTube channel. I will subscribe for sure. Maybe we could do a collab. Yeah, just ride the waves as they come, says Memory Man. Oh, how do you get your support and resistance lines to stay on your chart? You just put them there. And then they stay. Corey Sheen wants to know if I stream video games and rap music. No, I don't. I actually hate video games. I hate them so much. I know everyone has their own view on video games. I hate them so much because I think that they are just a waste, man. Like, there's so many things you could be doing, productive things. You could be learning. You could be growing food. You could be bettering yourself. You could be studying the scriptures. You could be, but video games is just literally you're doing nothing. So that's how I feel. That's just me, guys. Okay, no hate. H2O Burry Matt 1 wants to know more about Agora Algo. Look, I will be doing content about Agora Algo in the future, and when that happens, I will wax eloquent on Agora for sure. Yeah. Jet Slicer made some lifelong friends on video games. Yeah, no hate. Like, seriously, I don't have any disdain or disrespect for anybody who loves video games or is a gamer, a hardcore gamer. Not at all. I'm just saying, for me, I can't do it. I can't. I used to be really into video games, and I got to the point where I couldn't do it without feeling anxiety that I'm like missing out on other important things. Yeah, Foxfly26 would rather study his wife's curves than play video games. LOL. I totally feel you. Totally feel you. Kevin R is long on video games. Yeah, different strokes for different folks. I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm going to have to head out soon. I think CryptoFace started streaming as well, so maybe I'll have to head over there. But I've got some things to do today. All right, peace out, everybody. May the Lord bless all of you and keep you in the name of Jesus, our Messiah. And if anybody does celebrate Passover, the day that Jesus was crucified, where we commemorate his death, what he did for us, then have a happy Passover. And I'll see y'all soon.